Class of 2023 faces a jittery job market, says the headline from the Wall Street Journal. The world seems to have flipped on its head. We'll come back to that quote. That's actually from an interview that's featured a little bit later in the article. So employers are now slowing their hiring process for graduating seniors this year. This is according to multiple college career offices at the Wall Street Journal interviewed. Now, this is a steep reversal from the past 2 years when companies were making offers before these seniors finished their final year. That's very normal, by the way. You know, companies are looking for fresh talent, and so they want to get these kids, prior to. And so the start of their senior year is when you would see over the last couple of years in this big hiring frenzy, offers flying at kids. And, of course, they took them. Now, 97% of college seniors surveyed by recruiting software firm ICIMS in March said they have considered alternative options in the uncertain job market. They're weighing graduate school, more on that in a second, gig work, or taking a job outside their major. Now, if you are someone who's listening or watching and that's you, and because you don't have a job offer in your hand and you may not see one coming, that you decide of those three options, getting a graduate degree, doing gig work, which would be freelance work, some type of, driving, delivery. I mean, gig work is all over the place. It's freelance work. Or taking a job outside your major. Please don't go to graduate school just to delay you having to deal with not having a job. It seems like a lot. I can tell you millions of Americans do this every year. They don't have something they like, or they can't figure out what they like. So you know what they do? They kick the can down the road like Congress does on our national debt. Well, we'll deal with it 2 years from now. So what do? I've decided to go to grad school. Why? Because that feels better to tell people than I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, the problem is grad school comes with a massive sales price on it. And you got to get the loan. And then you go, well, I justify the loan because I am getting a grad degree and it's going to help me get a better job. Wait a second. You can't get a job now. So you think that a grad degree is going to get you a job? I don't know. This is a really strange labor market. Okay? 3.7% unemployment. We've seen a lot of hiring freezes. We've seen a lot of layoffs. Now we're seeing companies slowing down in hiring recent college grads. So it's a strange time. But this is in the white collar world. What about the blue collar world? How about my friends in the trades? Where you don't need a fancy diploma. Well, I'll tell you how it's going for them. This is Jim Fish, who is the chief executive of Waste Management, Inc. This is a big-time company. And this is how he described the current situation in the job market. He said, we can't hire a truck driver to drive a trash truck for $90,000 in Houston, Texas. But I can hire an MBA from a small school for $60,000 and I can get them all day long. Ho, 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 ho. Can I translate what that means? That for decades and decades, we've told people that a college degree is the best way to success. And now we got too many freaking little whippersnappers rolling out with an MBA and they're just dying, hoping to make $60,000. And you got the desire, the need for a truck driver. Let me tell you something. If I was one of these MBA whippersnappers that came out of college right now and there wasn't a job available, you know what I'd do? I'd go down to Houston, Texas, Joe, and I'd drive a trash truck for $90,000. Because I just got a $30,000 raise off of a non-opportunity, and then I can tell a story. You know what I can tell people? I got my degree. I got my MBA. There wasn't an opportunity, but you know what I did? I got busy. I started driving a trash truck. And maybe, just maybe, I worked my way up through waste management because I was willing to drive a trash truck. I'd drive a trash truck for $90,000 before I would go get another graduate degree. I would drive a trash truck for $90,000. Then I would take some job that has no ladder, no opportunity in an industry that I don't give a crap about for $60,000. And because to me, driving the trash truck is the same as taking a job in an industry that I don't care about and a major I didn't get. It's the same thing, except that I'm making $30,000 more to drive a trash truck and call people and network all day long in between the beep, 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 you know? And I know it doesn't smell good, guys, but I figure you can mouth breathe. I have 3 kids. I changed all 3 of my kids' diapers. You know what I did? I breathed through my mouth when I changed their diapers. If I'm driving a trash truck, I can breathe through my mouth. It's fascinating. So why do I share that story? Because that's the idea. That was in the headline I said I would come back to. This guy, Mr. Fish, says the world seems to have flipped on its head. He can't find a driver for a trash truck making nearly $100,000. But he can find an MBA grad that'll take 60 all day long, every day, twice on the Sunday. That's where it's flipped. Because the white-collar market is slowing down, but the trades are heating up. $90,000 to drive a trash truck for waste management in Houston, Texas? That's a good living. Joe, if I find out you applied for that job, I'm going to be really upset.
I wouldn't do that.
I know you would. All right, let's go. I want to cover a few more things here. So, what are these college grads saying when it comes to a few specific areas in the workplace and what they're expecting, okay? So this is a job search sentiment, and I want to give credit to the study here. I think I touched on it earlier. The recruiting software firm ICIMS. Okay, very good. So this is what they said about confidence and jobs and compensation. 76% of the class of 2023 believes that they can find a well-paying job. Now, the question becomes, how do we define well-paying? I can tell you that a lot of these youngsters think that they can make $100,000 coming out of college. Why? Well, number one, they don't understand anything because they don't know what the real world is like. Number two, they have a overly inflated perception of their degree and their school. And a lot of these young people come from families that are very well-to-do, certainly wealthy. And so their expectations are completely outsized. Second area, what do the class of 2023 grads think about increasing consideration for exploring new opportunities? 40% are open to new industries or roles they had not previously considered as a result of the current economic situation. I'd like that number to be much higher. The world is changing rapidly, and if you can't find a job in your degree field, I would absolutely look for some comparable experience in a different industry that could be transferable later. And then finally, what factors make you more likely to apply for a job? This is this latest crop of college grads. 84% said job stability. They're looking for a job that they think is stable and safe with a company that is stable and safe. But when Microsoft and Salesforce and Amazon are laying people off by the thousands, folks, I don't think you can say that any company is safe and stable. Next was salary, 82%, and then 81% benefit.